When it comes to manifesting, a good portion of us block our own way without being aware. We do this by way of control. We want to control every component of the manifestation process. But what happens when we do this is we leave no room for the universe to do its part. In this video, I'll be sharing with you what you're doing that's blocking your manifestations. But first, hello and welcome to everyone. If you're new to the channel, I am Inspired Seeker, and on this channel, we discuss spirituality, personal development, and narcissism. So if any of that appeals to you, or if you feel called to, then by all means join us, and I promise you will not regret that. So now that we got the formalities out of the way, guys, let's get into the message. Stop blocking your manifestations. And I want to start by saying that control is one way that many of us block our manifestations. And control is a product of conditioning that stems from unhealthy attachments, stems from a position of lack. Now, if you know anything about manifestation, then you know you cannot manifest from a position of lack. Okay, you have to manifest from a position of abundance. Now, why do we control things? Huh? Why do we control things? And we control things out of fear of losing it. Okay, if we want to hold on to something, we become overly attached to it, and then we start to control it out of fear of losing it. Huh? But this is where the lack comes in. Okay, this is where the unhealthy attachments come in. Okay, now there are four main components to manifesting. Okay, these components are the what, the why, the how, and the when. Okay, again, the what, the how, the why, and the when. Now let's break each of these components down one at a time. The what? What exactly do we want to manifest? Right? We have to be very specific about what it is that we want to bring into our reality. Okay, we can't be vague. Okay, we can't be broad. We have to specify exactly what it is that we're trying to create. Okay, so that is the what component. Now let's look at the why component. Okay, why do we want to manifest this particular thing? Huh? Now that we know what it is that we want, what it is that we want to create, why do we want to create this specific thing? Okay, there has to be a good and compelling enough reason. All right, we can't just say, oh, I want to be rich, so the universe should give me a lot of money. No. Okay, if you are asking the universe for $100,000, you have to show and tell the universe, when I get this $100,000, universe, if you give me this $100,000, I will do this, this, and that with it. Okay, and you gotta do that through your actions before you even get it. Okay, so that's the why. Why do we want to manifest this particular thing? Why do we want to create this particular thing? Okay, now the how. Okay, how are we going to get it? Right? It's not suddenly gonna drop into our lap, right? It's not gonna drop into our living room while we sitting there on the couch watching TV, right? That's not how it's gonna happen. Okay. They say God works in mysterious ways, and this is very true. God works through people. Okay. So the how is gonna come, but we need not to worry about how we're gonna get it, right? The how is essentially the way. Huh? The how is the process, the way how we're gonna get this particular manifestation, how we're gonna create this particular manifestation. Okay, and then the when. The when is what? The timing. Okay, when are we gonna receive this manifestation? When are we gonna receive this creation? Okay, so these are the four main components of manifestation. All right, now when we control the process here, like I mentioned earlier, we essentially block the universe from intervening. We essentially block the universe from doing its part, right? Because we are controlling all four of these components. Okay. Let me be clear with you on this. Okay. Your job as a co creator, your job as a manifester is to only identify the what it is that you're trying to create or manifest, and the why. Why do you want to create or manifest this thing? Okay, maybe you asking the universe for more money, right? Let's say $100,000, and you're saying, universe, if you give me this $100,000, I will donate this much to charity. I will feed the homeless with this much. I will clothe the homeless with that much. This, and that. Right? You have your what, and then your why. Okay, that should be it for you as a manifester, as a co-creator. Okay, the remaining two components belong to the universe. Huh? You leave the process to the universe. You leave the how to the universe, and you leave the timing, the when, also to the universe. Okay, because when you try to control all of this, guys, you are essentially blocking the process without even being aware of it. All right, so let's understand this, right? We are in charge of the what we want to manifest, what we want to co-create, and the why we want to manifest that particular thing, why we want to co-create that particular thing. Okay, the other two components belong to the universe. How the universe is going to deliver that to you, it's not your job to figure out. Okay, the universe will direct you when the time comes. And then the when is it going to come? That's also not your job to figure out. Okay, that's for the universe to figure out. Divine timing is a thing, and when you are ready, when the universe feels like you're ready, guys, your manifestation will flow in. We've identified the four components. Now let's look at the process. Huh? How does manifestation actually work? Okay, we know what it is that we want, and we know why we want it. Okay, so we set the intention to manifest that particular thing. Now we have to relinquish control of it to the universe. Huh? We've done our part. Now we have to relinquish control to the universe and allow the universe to do its part, to the universe to find the route, the process through which is going to bring this to us, and then the timing when it's going to bring this to us. Okay, so we have to release this intention, and then we have to release all attachments to that intention. Okay, when we release attachments and all of these things, guys, we are essentially releasing the lack aspects. Okay, now what do we do from here? We've identified what we want, we've identified why we want it. Now what do we do? Should we just chalk it up and go to sleep, or what? No, this is where your practices come in. Okay, whether it's scripting, whether it's visualizing, whether it's affirmations, whichever practice that you're comfortable with, you begin. Okay, When you doing these practices, guys, it's important to do them at the right time. Why is it important to do them in the morning, guys? Is because in the morning you're rising with the sun. So you are tapping into the energy of the sun to help you manifest. Okay, you are harnessing the energy of the sunrise to help you manifest. And then why at night in the evening, guys, before the sun sets, you are again harnessing the energy of the sun to help you manifest. Okay, so this is what makes those times very powerful. Okay, so whatever practice it is that you choose, whether it's scripting, visualizing, affirming, whatever practice you choose, guys, that's up to you. Okay, now while we're doing these practices, it's very important. Okay, this is what will keep us in an abundance mindset. Okay, this is what will keep us in the position of abundance. Okay, it's very important to put your emotions behind this intention that you have set. Okay, again, while we doing these practices, it's very important to put our emotions behind these intentions that we have set for ourselves. Okay, so what do I mean by this, guys? Is how does the person who has what it is that you're trying to manifest, how does that person feel, right? How will you feel when you manifest this particular thing, right? How does that person behave? Huh? How does that person feel? Is that person grateful? Is that person abundant? Is that person calm and grounded? Huh? All of these things will come into play, okay, before you can align with this particular manifestation. All right. So while you're doing these practices in the morning and in the evening, guys, put your emotions behind it. Put your feelings, your emotions behind it. Okay? Because it's what? It's your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. Okay? Because once you do this and you're finally properly aligned, you will be guided to the necessary actions that you need to take to bring these manifestations to reality at the right time. Okay? So your emotions is very important. Okay, if you're trying to manifest more money, guys, you can't be upset over losing a little bit of money, right? How would an abundant person, a rich person, how would that person behave when they lose a little bit of money? They're not going to be upset. They're not going to waste their time being upset because they know that brings down their vibration. Okay, rather they're going to invest their energy and their time into creating even more money, creating even more opportunities to create more money. Okay, so these things are very important. All right, once we have mastered these things, guys, we'll be able to manifest effortlessly. We'll be able to co-create with the universe effortlessly. Okay, so release your desire to control, okay, and release all attachments to the universe, okay. Release it to the universe and allow the universe to do its part in bringing you this particular thing that you want to manifest. All right, so the components and the process of manifestation. Okay, once you master these, guys, you'll be able to manifest effortlessly. You'll be able to stop blocking your blessings, stop blocking your manifestations. All right, so I hope this helps. If you enjoyed the message, then take a moment to drop us a like and also share it with a loved one. Also share your thoughts and experiences in the comment section. And if you're new to the channel and you find value in this, then by all means stick around because there should be another video or playlist popping up somewhere here. Stick around and get more information on the awakening journey, get more information on narcissism. Last but not least, guys, please hype this message so YouTube can show it to more and more people like us. Uh, Other than that, let me leave this here, guys. So until next time, peace, love, and blessings.